What's up, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of Boots, Banter, and Beyond, the stories of Irreverent Warriors, the show where stories about how humor and camaraderie have changed lives for the better. I'm your host, as always, Eric Schessel. Today, we're joined by members of IW Cleveland leadership team. We've got Rob Schwenk and Mark Brigham. Welcome, gents. How you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm here. Another day, another dollar.
That's right.
Inflation has killed that dollar, but I'm still making that dollar, so that's all I got.
Yeah, that's right.
I just saw in the news inflation's down.
Well, then maybe my dollar will actually be worth $1 soon. So, all right. So, for those that are tuning in, so we've got twofers here. So this is one of the because I don't think I've done two. I really rephrase that. I was because I don't think I've done two guys at once on the show in a while.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Usually you got to pay extra for that kind of action. Oh, we're already off to a great start. Anyway, so you guys are both from IW Cleveland. I know. So we're gonna start with asking. So Rob, kick us off with. Before we get into all the hike stuff and all that, tell us about your service, your background, all that good stuff, and then we'll hop over to Mark.
Man, that's a lot to ask. Marine Corps veteran, 4421, legal service specialist. I was in 02 to 06. 20 years ago, right now, I was in Fallujah. Life after that's been a roller coaster. I mean, right after I got back, I short transition till I got out, went through my first divorce and got my undergraduate bachelor's degree in business. Life was it was rough. I was still trying to figure things out. End of 2012, I took my LSAT and got into law school, graduated law school in 2016. And then for some reason, shortly after that, life took another spiral downhill to where I hit rock bottom in September 2019 when I sent myself to the VA for, one of those 72-hour stays. And then, slowly started from that point on building my, my mental health, my, reading, doing the work to try and figure out how to fix myself. And I slowly started doing that, but I couldn't, there was still something missing. And then early summer 2021, I started seeing posts for the 20th anniversary hike in Gettysburg, and I went to that hike that was my first IW hike, and it was instantly life-changing. That weekend, I started asking, how can I bring this home to Cleveland? How can I get this, here? And then May of 2022, I was asked to take on the leadership role. And here we are getting ready to go have our fourth hike.
Nice. Outstanding. Yeah. And that you have, as many people probably do know when they see you and they talk to you that you've been through a lot. And so it's good to see you still being here and doing all the good things you do. So thank you for still being here.
Appreciate it.
Mark, your turn. Give us your background.
Okay. Mark Brigham, Marine Corps veteran. I was in from 2016 to 2020. Got a little bit of a late start in life into the service itself. Joined at 25. Had a great time while I was in, and when I got out, life hits you real hard, real fast. But right now, I'd say I'm in a pretty good spot, because of things that have happened within Irreverent Warriors. No bullshit, 100%. Because of some of the people that I've met, the connections that I've made, have really helped me through it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I don't have I don't know. I don't go into super long overdrawn details. I just, right to the point. And yeah.
No, that's fine. So how did you find out about Irreverent Warriors, Mark?
Instagram, actually. Late night on Instagram, I literally came across a video of watching Danny dance around in some short shorts and then a whole bunch of other guys. And I was like, what's this about? Why are we dancing around carrying flags, but we all look like we're having fun with it? So I just simply checked it out. The next hike was coming up in Pittsburgh, which I'm a diehard Steelers fan, so it only made sense to me to go to Pittsburgh for my first hike. So that was in 2021, and I've been hooked ever since.
So how did you hook up with Rob for the Cleveland hike?
So I actually live in Ohio. I'm actually from just south of Cleveland. It's where I was born and raised. But my dad was from Pittsburgh, so that's where the Pittsburgh connection comes in.
Sure.
But I was super excited when we had one in Cleveland because I was like, hell yeah, we got one basically in my backyard. So I've been coming to Cleveland since day one, and yeah.
Hell yeah. So Rob, what was your drive to want to actually become a local coordinator? You said you went to a couple hikes and you brought it back up to Cleveland, but what made you want to be the leader, the face, the local coordinator for Cleveland?
I just wanted to be able. I felt like it was needed in Cleveland. I know there is a large veteran population in Cleveland, but there's not a lot of, organizations that, build on things, like we do, build on the camaraderie, that have events outside of, going to sit at a bar and have a few drinks.
Right.
Which was something I didn't want to do. I tried that route, many times, and it wasn't improving my mental health, especially with having drug issues and everything else in the past. Drinking just wasn't what I needed. I needed to learn how to be vulnerable, which putting on the Silkies does. It just helps somehow. Being physically vulnerable eventually helps you to start being vocally vulnerable, and start opening up. That and being around other veterans who've been doing this for a little while, and they're seeing their vulnerability allows you to just start talking about the stuff that you have going on in your life and the stuff you've been through, and start letting some of that weight off, and letting these other people carry it a mile or two, and then going on. I mean, that's kind of what we do. I carry the weight for my brothers and sisters all the time, and I hold on to it for a little bit, and then I let it go, and it just goes wherever it goes. It's not things I share because it's not my place to share, but I let them share it with me.
Absolutely. So Mark, how did you get involved with being part of leadership, right? So obviously you're not the local coordinator, but you're still part of the leadership team. So how did you navigate your way into that role?
I messaged Rob one night and said, "Hey, you asked for some help, and I want to help. Like I want to grow this with you. I want to make this bigger. I want to reach out as far as we can and just keep leaning on each other." And just grow in the community, grow in the Cleveland Irreverent Warriors community itself. Because I have learned from being down in the Canton area to moving now up here in the Cleveland area, the veteran presence up here is massive. There's a very massive presence up here. So it is really important to me to continue just to spread the message of Irreverent Warriors and just keep pushing us out there and saying, hey, we're here, come join us. This is what we're about, Like Rob said, we're about being vulnerable and having those tough conversations, but sometimes those conversations are nice to have with somebody, that connection that you create with somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey Eric, I do want to say Mark is my co-coordinator. Mark is fully on board. He's done a lot of the planning for this hike this year. So he's, he went to the leadership summit and everything else.
Right.
So I just want to clarify, he is my co-coordinator. We're doing this together.
Oh, absolutely. And I was going to break into that. And I was going to ask that because I'm just going to ask now anyway. Then, so like, what is it like being because you do have like your co-coordinators, right? And so I did my own little deep dive in my little investigative reporter type shit. Where I saw that that Mark, you've been doing a lot of the Silkies hike planning and stuff for this year. And then Rob, you've been doing more of like the events and doing all like the face type stuff and all that on the behind the scenes kind of stuff. So tell me about that dynamic and how that works for the both of you guys.
I honestly, this was Mark recognizing that me taking everything on for the first 3 years was a struggle, that it was real stressful on me and was a whole lot, and I had that difficulty with delegating things. So last year, Mark started to do that a bit for me, and I had brought him on initially as an ambassador, trying to build on the ambassador program. But the way he started delegating and started taking control and taking a lot of that weight that I was trying to carry off, I was like, no, you just, we need to move you into this coordinator position. Sometimes I feel burnout. Sometimes I question if I want to continue staying in this position. And having Mark's support helps me to be able to say, hey, it's okay. I have somebody here I can lean on, so I can stay here and keep doing this. And being able to, to talk and, have someone that's able to say, hey, don't worry about it. We'll get so and so to do it, or I'll make sure it's taken care of. Things like that. It's Mark's made this year a hell of a lot easier than the first 3 years were.
All right, Mark, go ahead and add on that.
It's been pretty good, honestly. It's been cool because I've been able to learn a lot. Like, he's letting me go and do things on my own, but at the same time, he's reeling me in like, hey, that's a good idea, but this is what we really need to do. You know what I mean? So it's a really good dynamic that we have. Like, he's giving me the freedom to kind of do as I wish, plan as I wish, let him know. And it's been pretty good. You know what I mean? So we work pretty well together, believe it, so I like it. I enjoy it. I can see how if it was just him again, or if it was just me in the role, how it can be a lot and how it can burn you out quickly, because I haven't even dealt with a lot of things that him and I have had conversations about, but I haven't actually had to deal with, every little aspect to it. So, but, when it comes to just planning the hike itself, that is a lot in and of itself. The logistics, the planning, the meet and greet, the planning of everybody, where the stops and everything. So, and then you add in all the merchandise and everything else that you can add on to it, social media, all of it, I can see. So yeah, I just like, yo, man, I got you. You said you needed some help. I got you, man. Let me help.
No, and that's great to hear, because as you're talking about, and Rob kind of alluded to as well as because I'm a local coordinator also, right? And so I know firsthand like the amount of work that goes into putting together the Silkies hike, and yeah, you're going to have a leadership team and stuff like that, but on top of other events and meetings and vendor opportunities and stuff like that, like you can get stretched pretty thin if you don't have somebody like you, Mark, stepping up and being like, I want to do more. I want to help. I see you doing all the things. I want to take some of that off your plate. And I want to do some of the things to help you out. And that, I will tell you right now, is a godsend. So continue to do what you're doing, Mark, because I know how much local coordinators do. And any other local coordinator will tell you that I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking up for Rob, because again, as a local coordinator, it's tough. It's not easy.
No, it's not. But, and if I can help in any way, that's how I am. If anybody can help me, let's do it. This is not a one person. This is, in my opinion, it's not. This is a full-on team effort when it comes to putting these things together. Yes, you need a leader. You need somebody out front. That's natural. But you still need a good team around you, a good partner with you. So let's just Just how I feel about it.
Hell yeah. No, and that's good shit. So Mark, since I've got you spouting off a little bit here. So what I want to know is what Irreverent Warriors means to you. Hit me with your why.
Hit me with the why. Why does Irreverent Warriors mean a lot to me? Because when I was at a very dark time, I was able to reach out to somebody that I had met at a hike as just off a whim. And he's like, yeah, man, come on up. Let's talk. And I was like, really? Like, really? And then slowly that community has built off of that one person. There's now a group of people who I feel like at any time I can call them and reach out to them. And they will answer. They will be there for me. So my why is because of other people. My why is because of everybody that I help and who helps me without maybe not even realizing it. Maybe that 5-minute conversation that we just had about your awesome day with, you had with your kids could have made my entire day. You know what I mean? I could have had a bad day, but I thought about, that guy had a really good day with his kids. That's awesome. Or they had a good family day, yada, yada, yada. So my why is because of all of you. I mean, you two, everybody else that I'm involved with in the Irreverent Warriors. It's because of them. It keeps me going. I like to help. Yeah. That's all out in my answers. This is what I get to ramble.
That's good shit. No, that's good. Rob, what about you? Tell us your why.
In a way, like, and I always kind of say it this way. It's self-serving. Even though I am serving others and helping others, it's what's saving me. Doing this and doing this service, and that's what it is. It's it's service again. It's helping others is what's saving my life on a constant basis. When I first went my first hike, going to that Gettysburg hike, I was crying driving the 5.5 hours to Gettysburg, crying through my anxiety, fighting every little thing in the back of my head saying, no, just turn around and go home. Just, this isn't for you. You can't do this. You can't manage this. And it was, that instant family as soon as I arrived, that turned my life around, that helped me to go from, suicidal thoughts every 15 minutes to, now it's, I can't say, I used to be able to say it's been a couple years, but things I've gone through in the past year and a half have, I've struggled with it a little bit at times again. But, there's this family here to pick me back up. There's people to reach out to and, that are instant, like, hey, I got you, let me know. And like I said, carrying that weight, take some of that weight off of me so that my load's a little bit lighter and, I can keep stepping forward and keep moving forward. Because, the shit called life is hard. It ain't easy.
Yeah, heard that. All right. So I have somewhere. There we go. Bam. Oh, and I covered up Rob's face. I'm so sorry. I can't move it. It's always just like in the middle. So I'll keep it up here for a second and then I'll take it down. But for those that are paying attention, point one of those ways. You got Facebook and you got the event link and all that, right? So if you guys are watching this, you guys can click on that, scan the link with your phones, do it right now, and get registered for the Cleveland hike. All right, because it's coming up. All right, there's Rob again. All right, so now we got Rob back.
Look, you can see some of the beautiful view of Cleveland you get to see, and that in my background behind me.
Hell yeah! All right, so talk to us a little bit about the hike. I want Mark.
Yes.
Since you're the one that's been planning the hike, I want to know some of the struggles that you've had putting the hike together this year.
Some of the stops were interesting. Some of the getting callbacks and trying to link back up in a timely manner. That was probably the hardest part to it. And then finding out our start-stop point, that was interesting as well. So that was just me being constantly bugging somebody with emails until they finally responded, because I think they were sick of me emailing them 4 times a day.
Nice. Sometimes that's all it takes, man.
That's all. I just was persistent about it until I finally got an answer.
Nice. So, all right. So, what can you tell us about the hike? Well, I'm giving a whole lot of stuff away. What can you tell us about the hike?
We're gonna start and stop at the USS Cod Submarine Memorial.
Okay.
There you go. That's all you get.
Rob, do you want to add anything to that? Obviously, I know
He
you're
wants
part of
to,
the
yeah, but that's all you get out of me.
I mean, so sadly, Cleveland is a fairly small city. So part of our struggle is trying to find ways to reinvent the wheel. Um, because there's the east side and west side. So you're going over you're going over a bridge either way to get to be able to get a full aspect of the city and to hit our stops. But that's where you get the beautiful view that you see behind you. And we've talked about not doing that before, and it's one of those things where you can't not do it. One is because of the view, and one because of the history. The bridge is called the Hope Memorial Bridge, and it's and our on the sides of our logo, there's the Guardians, which are on the bridge. Those are actual pillars on the bridge, or the Cleveland Guardians, and that's what they renamed the Indians after, was those Guardians on this bridge. So it's an icon of the city, and that's it's a beautiful view. It's a little hot up there because there's no shade, but
A little bit.
we enjoy it.
And you'll endure. Just a little heat never hurt nobody.
That's right.
Right.
So, all right, and either one of you guys, both of you guys can answer. So, like, what is the element of the city like? Like, as far as how they treat the veteran community, because you've had the hike up there for a couple of years now. How does the city react? How much do you guys get a lot of support from the city? Do you guys get looked at like you guys are a walking Trump parade and get reported but to the police and stuff like that? Like what's the community like up there? The non-veteran side.
It's been great so far. I mean, we've never ran into anyone protesting or any issues. We've had a couple looky-loos holler at us when we were walking over the bridge one time because they enjoy us in the short shorts. But that's about it. I mean, the city's very supportive. It's a beautiful thing to be able to do it in Cleveland.
Mark, you want to add on to that?
No, I agree. As I say, the city's been very responsive with it and very, open and cool with it. They know we're there, what we do. Every time we see some cops, they always honk. They know where we are. So we've been lucky and fortunate so far. So it's been really great.
No, and that's always really good to hear. And I love all the cat calling that we get, like all the honking and all that stuff. It's great. It lifts you up when you hear that stuff, because then you're hearing the honk, the cars and the trucks are honking, and some people even be like yelling out the window like "America," and all that. It's always great to hear. It keeps the morale up, especially like on the crunch parts of the hike where it's like there's no shade. You're on a bridge and it's nothing but sun beating down on you, but you're getting cat calls from ladies and dudes and whatnot as you guys are doing that. So that's awesome. All right, so I'm going to ask each of you this. I'm going to start with Rob. If you were out someplace or you were wandering around and you came across a veteran that has maybe they have not heard of IW, or they have heard of IW, but they haven't yet pulled the trigger to come out to an event, what do you tell them to convince them that they need to come out and be a part of what we offer?
So I just throw it in, I just throw it out there. I'm like, hey, have you ever heard of this organization? I just did it in Walmart the other day. I had the Spectrum guy try to stop me to, sell me internet. And I'm like, look, I already got Spectrum. And like he must have noticed my, EGA or something. He's like, hey, you were a Marine? I'm like, yeah. He's like, Semper Fi. So, I jumped right into it because, fellow Marine, and he's new to the city. So I'm like, hey, have you ever heard about this? Well, guess what? We're having an event next weekend. We're doing our Silkies Hike. I still got my Silkies from in the circle. I'm like, all right, well, let's go. Immediately showed him the Facebook page, and got him to like right there. He filled it out, the questions, and approved them right that minute, so that I can get him there, get him involved. And just it's all the hype. It's this is why we're here. Is this is that camaraderie that you lost when you left, and we're here to pick you back up, and help out with the mental health, and keep you from joining the 22. So come on out and have a good time.
All right, Mark, what about you? Same exact question.
Same. I mean, pretty much the same thing. I mean, I go about it a little differently. I'm like, hey, like, why not? Why would you not come out to it? Well, what do you have going on? Okay, well, if you can't make this, well, we have this going on. We have that. So I always like, you can't give me excuse after excuse. Like, eventually you're going to have to come with me, or eventually you're going to have to show up. And it's just because, like, I want you to see what we're about. Like, I see that it's simple as that. I want you to see how we are, how we interact. You're going to realize immediately the camaraderie and the brother and the sisterhood is back, and it's exactly what you think it is, and it's exactly what you're missing. You just don't realize it. And you're being stubborn. You're being stubborn, so let's go.
Hey, and check this out. So if I'm out anywhere and like Fiona recognizes my daughter, she recognizes that I'm talking to a veteran, and I don't mention IW, she will get on me about it. Hey, tell them about IW. Tell them about your hike. So even my 9-year-old gets me on and makes sure I'm doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. You got a sidekick that's got your back. That's awesome. But yeah, you got to guilt trip some of these people. There's no excuse. You don't have anything better going on Saturday, July 19th than coming out to the Cleveland Silkies hike. There's nothing better going on. It doesn't matter. It's your bachelor party. You're getting married. It's whatever. You can always get married another weekend. Silkies hikes are once a year. You got to come out. We got to do that shit now.
Exactly.
Get married at the hike.
Exactly.
There we go. We've crashed enough weddings. Let's have a wedding at the hike, huh?
Right.
I think that would be pretty epic. just a wedding ceremony like at one of the stops for a Silkies hike. That would be a first. Now somebody's going to take that idea because they're going to watch this episode and they're going to take that idea and run with it. So I had to try to find a way to make that happen in September.
Want to get married, Eric? No.
Only if you're coming out to Cleveland. Only if you're coming out to Norwich. But yeah, no, that. But I mean, you guys are both right. You just you hit him with the pitch, and you then, as Mark does, he just tells you to just stop being a bitch. You just need to come out. That's essentially what Mark was saying, right? Like, you just come out.
Yes, literally, because like I explained it. I explained who we are, what we are, and why we do it, and why I do it. And it's just like I get the okay, and I'm like, no, like listen, like this, like just hear me out, like don't be stubborn about it and just hear me out for 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So right. I do. Once I tell somebody, like I got a couple buddies at work, I just keep guilt tripping them until they buy their tickets every day, every morning. Did you buy your ticket? Why not? You just bought a monster.
And but the Silkies hike is free. It costs you less than a monster.
Exactly.
Right? It costs you less than a monster.
My point exactly. See? Stubborn.
Now I'm going to start bugging people on that haven't signed up for my hike yet. Like every day, hey, did you sign up yet? Did you register yet? Why not?
Why not? Just simple. Why not? That's all. And then just listen to them go, well.
Granted, I got a little more time before you guys do. So yeah, you guys definitely need to be hounding your people a little bit more proactively than I do. I still got my thing for them at like 75 days out or something like that. So I got a little bit of time left.
Is it going to be snowing during your hike?
No, it's going to be September.
I mean, 75 days sounds like a long time. Like even though you said September, I was literally thinking like late October.
Well, right, like and in my brain, and both you guys could probably think this, like it's already September. Like September's already here. Like you guys like a couple months ago were probably like July 19th is already here. Like it's already time for the hike. Like we ain't got time to be fiddle farting around. Like we got to get shit done.
Right.
So Yeah, it's already September in my head. It's been September for 2 months at least in my head. So, all right. Last words of wisdom. Rob, hit us with some words of wisdom.
Don't eat the yellow snow. I don't know what that means.
You took mine.
You damn Marines in your yellow snow.
No, I mean, like I said earlier, this life is hard. So find a way to, let that shit go. And Silkies Hike is one of the best ways I've found to do that. I've stripped down to my little shortest pair of silkies I have, and just started dancing out of just pure joy, just being around other veterans and being able to release all that shit, not feel like I need to conform to society, because nobody gives a shit. There's nobody's looking at you, nobody cares, and if they are looking at you, they're usually like, hey, that looks like a fun, I want to join in that. And they start to do that. So do the weird thing, say the weird thing, have fun with it.
Be the weird thing.
Right.
All right, Mark, what about you? Any final last wisdom for everybody?
When it comes to like Irreverent Warriors and stuff, like, find your tribe. Find somebody said that to me, like, find your, come out and find your tribe. Like, we are all one big happy family. Like, we need to come together, rely on each other, and lean on each other. Again, you don't realize the kind of impact you might have on somebody. So come out, like Rob said, come out, have fun, be vulnerable, be open, have fun with it.
And don't be stubborn.
Buy your
Well, I do sincerely hope that that you guys have a wonderful, fantabulous, excellent, amazing baller hike this year. And I can't wait to see photos and videos of everybody doing all the things and having a great time. I can't wait to see and celebrate how good of a job you guys did.
What are you waiting for? Buy your ticket, get on a plane, get in your car, and come out here and join us.
Don't be stubborn. Like, why not?
So, all right. So my excuse is, as a local coordinator, I'm going and I'm doing shit every single weekend.
Uh-huh.
My girlfriend, who I love very, very much, does not get to see me but on the weekends. And so guess what?
What's that?
I have to make sure that I'm taking time for my relationship as well, not just Irreverent Warriors.
Understood. I guess.
Yeah.
Let that
I was waiting for that on the computer drop. If I was a single man and I didn't have a puppy to take care of, I'd be at a hike every weekend. I'd be all over the country, because it would be awesome. It would be a lot of fun, I think, to go to all these different hikes, experience everybody, and do all the things that everybody does. As long as I had the money to do it, $1 only goes so far these days, right? So, so it's tough. It's not easy. So I gotta kind of pick and choose and stuff like that. So.
No, I completely understand, because I'll overexert myself trying to go to hikes and other events and stuff, and then I'll have a crash afterwards, because I won't be able to do anything for a little while. So I completely get it.
Good. Yeah. See, Mark, it's not just, I'm not being stubborn.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds like you're being stubborn to me.
I mean, I probably am. That's part of who I am as an individual. It's just I bleed stubborn, so it's whatever.
And that's okay, but don't be stubborn.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, mostly just gentlemen. We want to thank Rob and Mark for joining us this evening and talking to us about the Cleveland Silkies Hike, which I have no doubt is going to be an amazing event. For those who are watching and listening, please be sure you guys take a moment, like and share us on Spotify and YouTube, and even take this episode and share it far and wide, so that we might hit somebody around the world with a little bit of humor and camaraderie that they may have not known that they needed. Until next time, everybody, stay reverent, my friends.